Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Krash Mail Show. Today we're going to be going shopping with Krash, if you will. We're going to be looking for some hair metal stuff here on eBay. This episode we're going to go to eBay because this is where I would say eBay was always my stomping grounds as far as like that was always the first place I always looked. Obviously, going to local record stores and stuff like that, that was the most fun, but obviously, like when I was a teenager, young teenager, I had to get most of my collection and stuff that I really wanted, if you will, like actually on a list and not just sporadic buying. Which there was some sporadic buying though as well on eBay and on the internet and such. But I could always find good prices as well. And this was back, like I said, early teenage years, all the way up until now, roughly. But like during those teenage years, it was probably like around 2007, 2006 to 2008 was really when I first started taking it seriously and actually really starting to amass a collection and buying stuff every week off eBay. So we are going to jump in here to a saved search that I have used probably for the past year or so, just because when you just type in like CDs or like hair metal CDs, like I ended up always just going underneath $15 because we would be here all day if we would like just let everything just go. And we are going to keep it here to the 1980s, although I will look and see if I can squeeze in the 90s as well, because obviously there's great stuff in the early 90s. And then we're going to keep it to the glam rock and hair metal, hard rock as well. So we're going to click that here and see what comes up for us. All right, so I just took the 80s off, and we're just going to have everything. We're going to be freeballing for the whole generations, if you will, from 1950 to 19, or till now, basically, I guess. Now, so those are going to be the 6 filters that we're going to just we're just going to run by here. All right, and then the goal is, for this video, is to just find some good deals for you guys, and then also I have to admit, I haven't really needed anything too much on my list lately, like the last month or so, and I haven't really bought too much physical stuff. And obviously, having the streaming, that is a big help as far as that goes as well. Just be able to go through a lot more stuff, a lot more music for you guys instead of having to buy literally everything. It just works out a little bit better, but I do still buy physical stuff of my favorite albums or like new albums I'm really excited for and such. But let's get rolling here. So we have Helix, Ugly Kid Joe. This is interesting here. We have Tyketto Strength. Let's check this out. This is Tyketto's second album. What, 1993? I think. Let's see. 1994, it looks like. Okay. So yeah, this didn't. I don't even know if this was technically even released in America. I don't know. Because obviously Tyketto's decently big overseas and such, and obviously didn't do jack shit here in America, sadly. Even though the debut album is awesome, it is a top 50 hair metal album for me. And, you know, I do hear a lot of people like this album, but I never got around to it. I never was able to find a physical copy of it, so that, like, put me off the board right away to ever really listen. So, because I never really went to YouTube to listen to a whole album, or even on streaming. I had to see if it's on streaming. I'm not 100% sure, actually. That's something to look at. But I do want to see here. I will add it to the watch list because, generally speaking, I would probably, if I found this like at a store or whatever, I wouldn't go over probably $20 just for the sake of it. I'd have to really think about that. Depends what else I have in my hand at the store. So I want to watch it here for now. And then at the end, we'll go through everything that we kind of found, if you will, for the decent deals and like out of print stuff and just like cool stuff. So here we go. Tyketto's debut right there. War Babies. Here we go. War Babies, $3 on the bid. Now this is on the bid. And it does have an hour, 90 minutes left, basically. I have to say, this album is awesome. I like this album. This is like an album that goes into, obviously it came out in 1992, so you're getting the best of what a grunge sound would be, and mix it with the best of like hair metal of the time as well. And so like, what would you say, like Alice in Chains mixed with an Asphalt Ballet maybe, and even like I would even say like Asphalt Ballet's Pigs from '93 has a little bit of this feel as well. But yeah, Hang Me Up's good. In the Wind is like really good, one of my favorites off of here. It has even like a little bit of a 70s feel to it. But it works. It's awesome. Blue Tomorrow, I think, was a music video on here. Sweetwater's cool. Cry Yourself to Sleep's like a depressing kind of ballad. Care, Man, I Just Don't. This is a damn good album. It's a shame that, and it's on Sony too. Like, it's just a shame these guys didn't. They just got lumped into the hair metal, which yes, they are. Look, as you can see, like they are in that. Where would you put them other than hair metal? But because of that, obviously no one gave a shit. These guys could have been right up there beside LSD or Alice in Chains or even Asphalt Ballet, second album anyway. And like I don't know why just throw everything out with the bathwater if it's nothing. Like even when you think about like it's even like shockingly that like Pantera and Alice in Chains even kind of survived because they both started out as hair metal bands, and it's just crazy that they were able to survive, but bands like this kind of weren't able to survive. So this is interesting. I already have like 2 copies of this, so I'm not going to buy it, but for $3, I'm quite excited with, like, for me anyway, $4 shipping, but so I will add that there. Let us look here. All right, White Trash. I am going to be doing some White Trash videos here in the near future because I think that's an underrated album here.
Where you from? You don't know Gator.
But 99 cents, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Once again, you got 3.5 hours left. So by the time you guys watch this video, these ones that are ending within 24 hours, because I do plan on getting this video up by Friday, which is like a full day from now. And so you guys are able, if you guys are interested in any of these, to jump in and pick them up. But if not, if you guys don't see it on the first day, then we might, especially the first 7 days, you're probably not going to get anything here. Unless it's like a buy it now or whatever. But, oh God, here we go. I literally went on a rant on this album on a wheel, on a casino episode last week. It's not out yet, but yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about Contraband before, but horrible. I would give someone $15 to take my copy away. Like, I cannot give that son of a bitch away. It's not that I don't like it. Obviously, it has Tracy Guns from LA Guns. You got Bobby from Rat. You got the bass player from Vixen. You got Michael Shankner. You got fucking Black from Shark Island. Like, on paper, this should be damn good. But why are you giving me fucking covers? Why are you giving me a whole album of covers? Except, technically, there is a Shark Island song, Bad for Each Other, which is awesome. But this is even a shitty version of that. Like, a neutered-sounding version of that ballad. So, I could not justify charging someone $15 for that garbage. All right, moving on here. Wasp, okay, one of Wasp's newer albums. I don't actually have a physical copy of that, but I probably won't get there. Let's see what else we have. Is that Rob Zombie's? Is that Rob Zombie's new album? I don't know. I haven't really listened to anything Rob Zombie past 2006, Foxy. That was the song, but I can't. All American Rejects or something. I know no. I forget what the hell that album. But what are the one from 2006 with like the black and white cover? Here we go. This is interesting here. I don't have this album, but I do like it. It is on streaming. So Von Groove with their debut. They did actually just release or going to release a brand new album. They might just release a single then. But I think it's on Frontiers, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't really get to listen to it yet or anything, but this is a good album. I like this album. I listened to it like a month ago for the first time, and I was like, this is catchy. I can dig it. Not a bad price as of right now, $10, but I could easily see that going to $15, $20. I would probably venture to guess if I had to, but, it is what it is. I do want to pick it up for the collection, I will say that, all things considered. But that's kind of one, like, I want to see if I could find out in the wild a little bit. Like, maybe I'll get it pretty cheap, instead of spending like $20, $25 for it. Maybe find it for $5, maybe $10. Or even find a reissue, honestly. Like, I don't know if Rock Candy has anything like that as far as a reissue goes. I would have to think they do. Or someone reissued the son of a bitch. I don't know. But either way, it is one I'm looking for the collection. Juliet here, decent album, actually. I think Tom Mathers from Paris Records, I think I bought that album, my copy anyway, from him. And I think I might have got it on sale or like during one of the clearances or one of the specials. It was cheaper than $15. So, but I mean, it is a good album. I do really like Chip Away, which actually reminds me I should probably listen to that song, that ballad again, because it's damn good. It reminded me of it just looking at it here, and I haven't listened to it for a while. So I will have to put that on the queue over here after this video. But anyway, Lillian X, $10 best offer, decent album. Lillian X not my favorite, but decent album nonetheless. This is the album that I would gravitate to, like, to play more so than any of the other first 4 albums. Black Sabbath Forbidden original copy, it looks like. Interesting. Yeah, that album's just okay. I got it when Tony reissued it last year or whatever, and had like some bonus tracks, I think, on it or whatever. Production, like a different remix or something. But it's fine for what it is. What the fuck? I'm a fan of Tony Martin, Black Sabbath. Like, it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it either. Dio is my favorite Black Sabbath era, and I'm just not an Ozzy guy. I'm just not. I know that's probably that's quite controversial, I would say. A lot of people would gravitate towards the Ozzy era, but man, I think the Dio era was just the best of both worlds, musically and vocally, and even lyrically. All right, what we got else here? And this is what's nice, though, too, because when I go through this, like, this is what I used to do. Just go through this, find good prices, whatever was cheap at the time, I would take a chance on if I didn't know anything about, or if I didn't know anything about this band, and they had a music video or whatever, I would go to YouTube and check to see if they had a music video, or just check out a song or whatever, just make sure I'm on the right track, or just something that sounds good or whatever, and then take the chance on the album. This is interesting here, actually. This might be worth a pickup here, guys. Blue Tears debut album, $10 with like roughly $5 shipping. I have it, but that's a pretty good deal. That's probably worth picking up, and it is on a buy it now, so it should be available by the time this video comes out. So might have to look into that there, guys. And it's a decent album. Yes, it was on the one of the recent Forgotten Albums episodes, and check it out, the little review I did of it. All right, here we got QR, Quiet Riot, self-titled, whatever you want to call this album, from '88 with Paul Sorrentino on it. I like this album a lot. I need to talk about it a little bit more. This did actually one of the first Forgotten Album episodes in the series. I did this album. I was always impressed with this son of a bitch. I'm not a Quiet Riot guy, so maybe that's why I like this more than, the Kevin DeBrew stuff. I don't know, and I think Paul is a great singer as well. Stay With Me Tonight music video, lead-off single, I think it was, and it's just an awesome track. Calling the Shots is good. Run to You is a good ballad. Fallen is decent. The Joker's cool. Don't Want to Be Your Fool is probably the best ballad on here. Cop and a Feel, obviously tongue-in-cheek type stuff, but it's still a decent song. I actually want to revisit this album now. I think that is what I'm going to have to do as well. And this is what's cool about doing these kind of videos, like with the casinos as well, with the wheel. Like, it makes me want to go back and revisit stuff that I haven't listened to for like a year that I know I really, really like. And just, obviously, when we have so much music to listen to now in the digital age, it's like stuff that you love, stuff that could possibly make like a top 50 album for you, you forget all about for a couple years, just because there's so much great stuff out there. And just within the digital age now, you're like, everything at your fingertips, So, yeah, $15. So roughly 20 with shipping. I don't know if I would go that far. I don't know. I would kind of leave that up to you. I think I got mine for less than 10. But that was like 5+ years ago now. And obviously, and that was the other thing I was going to say when I was younger, like 2008ish, when I started really jumping into this, collecting CDs mainly. I didn't really collect vinyl up until about like 6-7 years ago, give or take. I'm just not a vinyl guy. I like it for what it is and stuff, but it's just, I don't sit in like one spot to like listen to vinyl or whatever. So the digital is cool. CDs are my favorite. They have always been my favorite, and because it's like the best of both worlds. You still get the artwork, you still get something physical, and support the band, and it's easily portable as well now and storable, as too. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. Cassettes, I never really was a fan of cassettes. I have cassettes here, but obviously they don't last that long. More shit can go wrong than go right with it. I'm not a fan of cassettes. Never got into 8-tracks. Never got into that. I know a lot of people love 8-tracks, but I never did. Obviously, my kind of stuff, like that's more of like people that like the 70s music or early 80s rock and stuff like that, and I'm not really the biggest fan of that era, so I don't need 8-tracks, if you will, just based on that alone. But yeah, it was cheap though, like back when I was young, because like that was right around the Renaissance was starting, in my opinion, when we started seeing like the second wave of like sleaze metal coming out of Sweden, and Crash Diet and shit, Veins of Jenna, stuff like that, like, and like Dokken was coming back, Cinderella was coming back, Poison, like this Iron Maiden, like Black Sabbath, like all this shit was starting to become cool from the 80s again and the 70s. With the younger crowd and just in general, and that's like I remember like buying Boys in Heat CD for like less than $5, like online yet too, like online, and like out of print stuff that I was able to get for like less than $10 easy with shipping, and it's just crazy. Like it's crazy to see the price now, like what, 15+ years now. But then again, I mean, that was 15 years, and obviously they're not making any more of these original copies anyway. Yes, you had the reissues and stuff, but yeah. Okay, so this is actually, I'm going to do a video, I think, on this. So you guys are going to see this video first, no doubt. So I'm going to be doing a Forgotten Albums. This is one of the picks for the future Forgotten Albums episode, and this is LA Guns Vicious Circle. I like this album. Yes, way too many tracks, no doubt. I think when I was listening to this today, I was like, this kind of reminds me of the spirit of the debut album, more so than compared to Cocked and Loaded and Hollywood Vampires. Like, those two albums kind of remind me, like, more hand in hand with each other. And then the debut and Vicious Circle kind of have that kind of same feel. Now, I do probably like the debut more than this album, but it has like that attitude, a heaviness kind of to it. I don't know, because it obviously doesn't sound like the debut, but there are, I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna have to listen to this again yet, and like try to really like hone that idea and hone that thought in, and just see. I think it's damn good because you got like Fadeaway on here. You got Crystal Eyes. Like I don't know the story behind that as far as like why that was on here and Hollywood Vampires. Like why is there and it's both they're both pretty much the same, barring like maybe a small difference. If that, I don't even know what the difference would be. Yeah, I love to change the world. Like, there's some kind of depressing stuff, I would say, on here. Like, this certainly does kind of feel like 1994-ish, but still in a good way of, it's still in the soul. It still sounds like LA Guns. But I think it's an album that gets overlooked, and if you are a fan of the debut, like, mainly, like, if that's your favorite LA Guns, I think you could find some stuff here on this album more so than, say, if Cocked and Loaded or Hollywood Vampires was your favorite. Which, yes, those two albums are my favorite from LA Guns, but I still find I still find this album to be pretty good for 1994. All right, let's see what we have here. I got some Rush, Limp Bizkit. I don't know how that got in here. System of a Down, Propane. Alice in Chains, speaking of, Black Gives Way to Blue. I remember when this album came out. I was in sophomore, junior year of high school. Oh my god, this album, well, not the album, but like the single, Your Decision, was fucking drilled into my head because my buddy, he had a car at the time. He was like the first one of us to actually have his own car, and they would play this song all the time on the radio around here, like the modern metal type radio. And I guess, I don't know, I'm trying to think if we had, we had like aux cords and shit like that, but I'm trying to think how, like smartphones were like just kind of like really starting to become a thing. I guess he had one of them. I don't know, I feel like he played this way too much than even what the radio would do. And like, it would just get plastered in my head, and I like the song, Your Decision, but not that much to play it like 5 times a day. So, but nonetheless, it's a decent album. It's a decent, the stuff that they did after Lane is decent, is fine. But I don't know. I guess I don't really, because I have this album, and I have I think another one, a non-Lane one. So like a recent modern Alice in Chains one album. They're good, but I don't know enough to really like give a fair shake as to say, oh yeah, I'm glad they went on without Lane. I don't know if I would go that far, but solid stuff though nonetheless. Very listenable. Interesting here, we have Danzig 2 Lucifuge. I feel like this is kind of cheap here. $9 with $5 shipping. I would jump on that if I didn't have anything. Danzig, or if I didn't have this album anyway, I feel like this is out of print now. Like, I know, like, I feel like I heard recently that even Glenn doesn't have the rights to the first 4 albums. That's why we don't see hardly, like, any reissues, at least true reissues that aren't bootlegs of the first 4 albums. And if... and that's certainly vinyl, but I would have to imagine that's CD as well. You don't see I don't remember seeing anything like that anyway recently, and that's a decent look there. Danzig 2 for like less than $15 on CD. I would jump on that if I was a Danzig fan and needed a physical copy of that album. But I think I got like two copies or so, and no, I don't have any cassette of that. But yeah, anyway, I got plenty of shit there from Danzig. I got multiple copies of almost every album. So yeah, I mean, obviously top 5 artists of mine. So it just happens. You have extra copies. Let's see what else we have here. This seems kind of cheap. That I would be willing to. I don't have this. Extreme Waiting for the Punchline. This is obviously after. It would have to be after 3 Sides to Every Story, you would think. Anyway, I don't know. Although people that love Extreme say they never put out a bad album, so obviously we're sitting here in 1995 and things can get very shitty really quick. But I don't know if this qualifies as far as, like, is it a good album? They stayed true to form, or is this a shitty album? Depends who you talk to, I guess. But like I said, I don't know jack from this, so I can't really talk too much. Yeah. The CD just kind of looks strange, don't it? It looks like 1995 and kind of scary as far as that goes. But yeah, it seems like a decent deal, right? Like $3, $4, like $8. I don't know. That seems like a decent amount just to take a chance on not liking anything from it for 1995. Kind of tough. Here we go. Rub Me the Right Way. This is not on streaming because I just checked the other week. I do have this on vinyl, cassette, and CD. Let me check here. Yes, I do have it here. This is the most recent copy, I guess, I picked up of this album. Yeah, I mean, I think I got it for like $1 or something, and obviously it is out of print and shit. I got it on CD first. I found it actually at like a used bookstore. They had like some big deal on CDs, and like they didn't have like a whole like metal section or anything. You kind of had to like sift through the stuff, and like it was just random. And I looked at the cover, I'm like, this has to at least have a couple songs, because I think I got it for like less than $5 at the store, even with it on sale. And then I liked it so much, I found it on vinyl. I think it might have been online. I found it on, and it was like less than $15. I was like, all right, I guess I'll pick that up. And then obviously here I found the cassette recently for like $1. So it is a good album. Actually, yeah, let me just tell you the track since I can't see it online here. Not Falling in Love is good. Rub Me the Right Way, title track. She's Not Shy is decent. Tonight You're Mine. All Night Long is a pretty good ballad. I like this album. It's not, breaking new ground or anything like that, but it is good. It is a good album that does get overlooked, I would say. What is this? 1991? Sorry, 1989 this is. So it is certainly early enough. It has a little bit of a bluesy, very slightly country feel. Maybe a little bit not as country as like Dillinger maybe, but and not so bluesy and dirty as a Tangier. Not quite. More of a mainstream version of Tangier, if you will. Maybe like Stranded. Maybe closer to like a Stranded Tangier than a Four Winds Tangier, if that makes sense. All right, interesting. $15, give or take. So $20 with shipping. That's probably pushing it even for me, even though I do like the album, but I think that might be a little much. So we only found like a couple so far, so I think I'll try to like look for shit here for you guys for about what you guys want to do, like 45 minutes to an hour, and see if we find anything. It's just cool, just sit around, talk to shit about these albums, and to say if they are way overpriced or not. House of Lords here, $15, free shipping. I do have it on vinyl, not on CD. I got Sahara on CD, but not the debut, just on vinyl. But I'm just not the biggest House of Lords guy, although Sahara is awesome. That is a good album. But I don't know if I'm going to go out of my way to spend $15 right now to get it on CD. And I do have it on vinyl, too. Although I did give my sister my record player. So there is no way to do it easily now to transfer my records onto iTunes. And that is kind of the main reason why I got the record player to begin with, because I was able to get these like records, vinyl, for pretty decently cheap, or it's easier to find the album on vinyl than it is CD. So that is why I would just end up getting the vinyl then, and then just ripping that from the record player onto the iTunes, to the computer, to the iTunes. And now I can't even do that anymore. So there are a couple albums over here that I don't know how I want to get to them anymore. So I'm going to have to steal that back from my sister at some point. Don't tell her that, though. All right. Trickster, $10, $5 shipping. I will say this album does kind of get better over time. Because the more times, like when I first heard it, I liked the singles and the ballad and a couple choice deep cuts. But as time was going on, I'm like, the deeper cuts are actually really pretty good. So can I justify it going gold though? That's actually kind of surprising to me. Although marketing wise, it makes sense. But when we're talking about 1990, there's a lot of good shit that's starting to come out as debut albums, and you could argue this is one. But I was mainly meaning more on the sleazier, edgier, bluesier side of things, not so mainstream. But nonetheless, I mean, I like the debut of Trickster. I do like it more than Here. Here to me feels like they are trying too hard to mature within like 1 or 2 years, and they're still like 21 at that point. So like, I don't know. It's fine. Like it's good. Like I can listen to it. I ain't gonna throw a brick through it or anything, but not my favorite though. Between the two, anyway. All right, here is Tamplin, 1993, I think it is. So yes, this is Ken Tamplin from like Shout Christian band, and Tamplin like he does like the vocal YouTube channel now and such like that. This is how I was introduced to him though. I remember I bought this probably like shortly after high school, if I remember, and I liked it. Now I like it more now probably than I did back in the day, but let me, if I can click it here. Yes, because I remember the last time I heard this and I was like, I actually like more of these tracks than I thought I did. Mystery Train's fine. The one I always liked though was Don't Let the Sky Fall on Me. 6.5 minutes, but like right from the start, it's a really good riff. Really good riff. It's just a good song. I would have to imagine it's on streaming, which is reminding me right now I should probably add it to like this song to my favorites. But yeah, it's a good song. It's a good album for 1993 yet too, and it's not overly Christian either. Like it is. I don't know if it got any Dove Awards or not. It might have because it's Tamplin, and 1993. But like, yeah, if you want to take a chance, I mean, $8 is fair. So 5 shipping, 13. I mean, that's the price of like a new CD at least now, $15 for a new CD at least. So I would, if you like the Shout stuff and like, or if you want something a little more Christian based, then yeah, give it a shot. But also, if you're not necessarily looking for that, then don't go out of your way to pick this up. So if that, hopefully I sold that there. But I just seen this the other day at the expo, Record Expo. This Rock Candy, Britney Fox, Boys in the Heat. Now, I found it strange to me. You're doing a reissue because I even asked Michael Kelly and I asked John from the record store around here, Extremities, and I said, why did they reissue this and not put like any bonus tracks or like anything extra here? It's just the 13 tracks. Hell, even live tracks. Like I'm not gonna buy a reissue if it has live tracks or demos, because that doesn't persuade me to buy an album, a reissue album that I already have, like the original of or some other reissue, whatever. But now if there's like bonus tracks of like original studio songs, like say on the reissue of their debut, Britney Fox's debut, they put Living on the Edge on it. Now, yes, you'll convince me to get that then. But I do have it here on cassette, on the single, Long Way to Love single. It's on the B-side. But like, first of all, how the fuck didn't that song even get on the album? Okay, that has to be asked every single time. But why would you release this reissue? Now, like I said, I do know Boys in Heat has been out of print even since I've been collecting since like 2005, 2006. So I guess I do understand, like, yeah, just get it out there, because it is out of print for so long. But strange to me that there's nothing extra on this album. Although it is, like I said, a 13-track album, so like there's probably not too much time left, but I'm sure you could squeeze 1 or 2 tracks on there of some kind. But I don't know. That's always strange to me. But I mean, $20 for this CD. I mean, where else are you gonna get it for that price? An original copy anyway. I mean, it's fair. It's one of my favorite hair metal albums of all time. So there you go. This one here, I don't talk too much about, but I don't know if I would spend like $17 and on a best offer yet too. If you could get this down under $10 and you like Gilby Clarke stuff, like Gilby Clarke from Guns N' Roses and such, then yes. Now I'm trying to remember the tracks here. Motorcycle Cowboys is a good one, the lead-off track. Commercial Suicide. Brother's Eyes, if I remember that correctly. It's been a while since I listened to this album. And I found it. I found it at Tom's Music Trade for like less than $5. And Misery Pills is decent. But I wasn't like totally impressed with this album either. I don't know if it has a little bit too much of like a punky side to it. But the more I'm looking at these track listings are like over 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes long for most of these songs. So it's not like punky and that. I just don't know. The songwriting didn't really catch me too much. Like I was expecting a little bit more. And it's on MCA right there. So like that's another reason why this bombed probably. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way for that. But nonetheless, if you like Gilby Clarke and like want anything Guns N' Roses related, then there you go. I am not seeing like too much shit here. Like, I mean, granted, like I said, I have most of this shit that we've seen already, other than the stuff that I specifically mentioned and said I don't have. But yeah, it's kind of looking a little dry here, looking a little dry. But then again, like I have taken notice, like the last year or two, especially, that it's hard to find good deals under like stuff that either people kind of know what they have now and are asking a little more than usual, or maybe people are just buying and holding as well. Like that would be a good thing. Like obviously new fans are buying and just holding and not trying to flip or anything like that. But then again, I do also find when you type in exactly what you want and just kind of like do that every day and like, you know, like religiously try to look after a new listing, then that's where you'll find your good shit. But like doing this here, I've certainly found stuff like this doing this, but might be slightly harder. It might take a little bit more time because you're looking through so much shit, like 10,000 listings here. Now here we go. This is which we just talked about the debut. Now this is more up my alley. I would maybe give them an offer of $5, and so you're still spending less than $10 total, depending on your taxes, fucking tax shit. Anyway, yeah. So you're looking at under $10 for a CD, for an album, and one that is out of print. So that's fair right there. We'll watch that. All right. What we got here? Yeah, what we got, like 3-4 watches here now that we're watching from about a half an hour, give or take, that we did. Dysfunctional. Sato. Why does that sound familiar? Let me look at this here. Oh, let me see. Noise. Alright. I thought possibly 1984. Why? Sato. Why does that sound familiar? Unless it's like a stock ticker that I'm getting confused with. But, which I've been doing a lot lately, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know that album. Anvil there. I actually do have like 5 Anvil albums in our catalog that I had for like 5+ years now, still sealed over here. And I'm like, I don't even know if I want to open them just because they're still sealed. And I don't like Anvil that much to open them and to have and say, oh yeah, I got these songs now. I don't know what to do with them. Like, I want to keep them and listen to them, but they're still sealed. And I don't know. Whatever. Jackal, here we go. All right, they're pretty good here. Pretty good. $350 best offer, $450 shipping. Jackal's second album. I just listened to this for another video, actually, that I'm going to be doing, and I like this album. I thought Side B is pretty strong. Now, I do think the beginning of side A is good. This is actually a good album because I thought possibly this could outbeat the debut, as because the debut is not my favorite. I'll say that right now. So when the next Jackal video comes out, you might know kind of where I'm going. But I am impressed with this album. 1994, like Jackal said, fuck you. We are doing what we want to do. We are going to sound good at doing it. And same thing for the next album, Cut the Crap. Like 1997. Are you fucking kidding me? That probably the best album ever in 1997. And that stayed truest to form, if you will. But yeah, I Could Never Touch You Like You Do is cool. Yeah, God. Secret of the Bottle is like a really cool ballad, but like a depressive alcoholic ballad. Rockahoe is fun. Back Down in the Dirt, Chinatown, like 12 tracks. Yeah, granted, you could probably take 1 or 2 tracks off and be like super, super strong and like focused, but I mean, following this up from the debut, from like how everyone loves the debut, and rightfully so because it's a really good debut, and has like 4 or 5 singles on the debut, which is crazy for 1992 for like this is another one of these bands that don't really like you would think for hair metal, but somehow they get lumped in there, and they do fall in that sleazier side, bluesier bar side of things. So that's kind of where you have to put them, other than just being super generic and say hard rock. But what the fuck does that even mean? Like when someone says, "Oh, they're just a rock band," or "They're just a hard rock band," or "They're just a metal band," that's super generic, man. I need something a little bit more if you want me to spend my money and to give me some kind of comparative to this band. Or I don't, because you don't want to get too anal. I understand you don't want to create like 3 subdivisions within a subdivision of a subgenre. Like I get that. I'm on board with that. But at the same time, you do need to like be able to explain to somebody what this band kind of is or sounds like or whatever. And I don't know. It's just labels are needed as far as that goes. For even like marketing and stuff, like it is needed. So, but nonetheless, this seems like a good price to me. We'll just watch it here. Although, like I said, I had it for years, ever since I was a teenager. I actually bought this album, Push Comes to Shove, brand new off of eBay for less than like $10. Ah, God, these were the days. I bought Reach for the Sky, Rat, new for like less than $8. Oh, God. Good stuff. Good stuff. I wish I could go back and just, like, literally... Well, first, if I would go back, I would be buying Bitcoin. But, second, I would be buying even more of my collection than I did. And that is kind of what I spent all my money on. But I would be trying to do it even more. Or at least looking for more of the out-of-print stuff, if you will. Let's see here. Nothing too crazy so far, though. I mean, we found some decent ones, like the Blue Tears. That was probably the best one so far, actually. Papa Roach. I did buy that out when it came out, 2005 or so, Getting Away with Murder. It's decent, but it is what it is. At the same time, it sounds like that type of band of 2005. I know a lot of people shit on the Slaughter Revolution. I think it's okay for what it is. 97, I think. It still sounds like Slaughter. Yeah, it might sound a little bit, I guess, a little bit on, like, the psychedelic type 70s side, but it just kind of has that atmosphere. It's not necessarily what that sounds like. I don't know how to explain it. You kind of have to listen to it, and then you kind of get what I'm talking about, but, like, trying to explain it is hard as hell. But it still sounds like Slaughter, though. I don't think they've really too far from the pack. I thought for a second I was going to see a Kick Show Business there. I was going to see how much they were wanting for that. This is interesting here. Okay, this is the debut album from Danzig. If this is original here, I mean, $10.50 for a buy it now. I don't think it's best offer. But either way, I mean, $10, like I said, you are not getting any reissues of that. And unless you're going to get like a booty or something, but I mean, I'd rather have an original than a booty, no doubt. So, yeah. That's a good one there too. Danzig, about $10 for the debut. Interesting. This seems interesting here. This seems certainly out of print because I don't ever remember. I think it does say out of print here. I don't remember. See, fucking Gene, executive producer. No wonder no one ever heard of this. Well, me anyway. But Tommy Thayer. He was a half-ass producer on this, I guess, associate producer. But on Polygram Mercury, that makes sense. 1990. That I will actually watch this here because I do like Doro's stuff and like Warlock and stuff. I do like it, but I don't have a whole lot of it. Well, one, because it is kind of hard to find originals anyway, and $10, 5 shipping. I might be able to get down with that. And if Dora's even going more melodic here, which I'm not sure, I don't know anything off this. So let me know in the comments if you do. If you know anything off this album, where I should start. That might be a decent album, especially if she goes a little bit more melodic and do I dare say AOR? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything off this album, so I'm just kind of guessing by the year here and by the picture and her leaving Warlock and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to put pieces together here and make a very, what would you say, educated guess, and I could be totally wrong. But nonetheless, I am watching that here for my own personal reasons, and that's another good one. If you guys buy it, don't that's cool. I'm not going to bitch at you too hard because, I'll eventually get it one day. All right, what we got here? Rhapsody Legendary Tales. Oh, okay, the Power Band Rhapsody. Okay, I was a little confused there with what it looked like. It's on a bid. Okay, all right. I was gonna say $10 for that. That might be a pretty good deal. But I only have one Rhapsody, I think, album, and it's okay. I mean, it's you obviously have to be in the mood for power metal for that, and I am. But that album, I can't remember which one. It's the one with the dragon and the castle. What aren't they all? But like the Dragon in the Castle, I think it was like 2004, 2005-ish. If anyone out there knows that album, I can't think of it, but it's decent for what it is. But like nothing necessarily stood out to me, obviously, for me to remember one song off of it. So, I might have to revisit it again. All right, we got a couple more minutes here to scroll through. Funk Me Tender. What the fuck is this? Is this? No. That's not what I was thinking of. Interesting. What year is this? Done not given a year. This feels like it could be like brand new and just retro, but nah, this does 89. Okay. I don't. It looks like he's a bass. I would have to send this to Bassman Brian actually. Because obviously he plays bass and I love bass as well. If he ever heard, I'm gonna watch this just to check it out on YouTube, like to see who this guy is. Interesting. And I did see this double necked bass here, with a whammy bar. It looks like, fucking A. Just based on this here alone, I have to check it out now. Just based on this, and I do not know what the fuck label that is. Guitar Records. Yeah. Interesting. See, look, every time I do this, I find something new. And here we go. That's the new find of the day, or of the week. And Funk Me Tender, please. Thank you. All right. What else we got here? Taz Shipwrecked. Oh, Eonian Records. Okay, so it's probably newer. Let's see. Agent X. Yeah, I mean... Alter Bridge, yeah, okay. That kind of looked like the new Black Swan album there, at the Alter Bridge one here. So I thought, oh, someone's already selling that. Bang Tango, here you go. Bang Tango, debut album. $10, $5 shipping. That's a fair price, I'd say. Certainly out of print. Now, yes, there is like Rock Candy versions and stuff like that, but original like MCA, like to me that's fair because you're gonna buy the Rock Candy no less than $15. So to me, that doesn't bother me buying an original. It necessarily doesn't really bother me buying either way. But if I had the choice, I probably would do original, especially if you're not getting any bonus tracks like real bonus tracks from the reissue. Yeah, because like I did buy the reissue of Heavy Bones when it came out like 4 or 5 years ago. Now it doesn't have nothing as far as like bonus on it, but that album's super hard to find. I was looking for that album for over 15 years up until I found the reissue, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get it here for $20. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I thought that was like some Japanese band right there, and I got excited because I've been trying to jump into the Japanese side of things of like metal lately, and man, it is. I'll talk about the one album soon because like I don't know the name by heart, obviously, because it's like Japanese and stuff. But he's like in Kiss makeup, and it's not EZO or anything. It's like someone I never heard of before. But like, there's a damn good song, Big Time Changes. I like it's a music video too. Like it's really good and blows anything what Kiss ever did out of the water, and pretty cool. But as far as like when I listen to the rest of the album, I'm like, here we go, like that mid '80s, early '80s sound, and like it was fine, but you know, not my favorite stuff. All right, what we got here? We'll do what another page or two and kind of see what we have. Joey Jones. I can see like Ghost like 4 times already here. Oh, Midnight City. Okay. I mean, you're looking at $20 there. I mean, I don't know this album. Wait. Yeah, no. Wait, is this the new one? No, it's the, probably second or third to newest even. Either way, I did listen to the new album from Midnight City. The ballads on there are good. There's some good stuff on there. But I don't know if I know anything on here. No. I don't actually get to Midnight City that much. Now, well, one of the reasons was because up until recently I didn't have streaming. So, like, it was super hard and expensive to get anything over here of Midnight City. So, and here you go. I know Jason's probably yelling at me right here to just buy this right now. And it's Wings of Tomorrow, one of their first albums. And he loves their first couple albums. Like, he loves all their albums, but, like, he always tells me, get these, like, first 2 albums. That should be your next to buy in Europe. But I cannot break away from Prisoners of Paradise. Like, that is a fucking awesome album. Like, every time I listen to it, I'm like, God, this is so good. Like, it almost has to be in rotation, like, at least, like, once every month or two. At least one time. And every time I listen to it, man, it just keeps getting better. All right. There's Amorica. We talked about that on the recent wheel. Or casino. And Death Row, $15-$20 roughly for this. I did buy this a couple months ago. Nasty Guns, Hot Mess. It was okay. I'm trying to think. Shake It Up. I'm trying to think what songs I liked off of it. And that I put on the iPod. Damn it. Because I think, is this one of the... Yeah, this guy has a Vane shirt on. So I'm thinking of the right band and the right album. And I was like, oh my God, this guy has a Vane shirt on. Like, I have to get this album now. And I did. But it doesn't necessarily sound like Vane. But it's good for what it is and what they're trying to do and stuff. But there's nothing necessarily on this album that I really, like I said, can't remember. And it's been like probably a year. When did this come out? 2004. So yeah, a year now that I've had it roughly, and I guess I can't remember much of it. So all right, Maiden debut. We keep seeing this Rhapsody, so this is probably a sponsored album. Here you go, Nelson, $8. Just get it right now and be done with it. That's a good deal there. I'll take that. I will co-sign the Nelson there for $8. Warrant. Doggy dog, if you don't have it, here you go. Make a best offer. Make $5, $10 total, if you will. That's cool. Take it. Tall Stories. Tall Stories. Why? That sounds familiar. Interesting. I am going to watch this here just because I'm not too familiar with this at all, actually. It's on Epic Records, 1991. Interesting. Obviously, it looks like it's somewhat Japanese, I guess. Or is it? Oh, it's a Japanese issue, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, Japanese import. Okay, all right. Interesting. I'd see like shit like this, like you'll probably never find again. Like $10 or best offer and $5 shipping. Like, take a chance on it. If you didn't find nothing else this last couple weeks or a month or whatever, like, yeah, just take a chance on it and see what you can get. All right, I will watch that. Thank you. Oh God, Dust, Believe in Me debut solo album. I would not spend $20 on that. I spent like $3 or $4 like 5-10 years ago on it, and it's barely even worth that, to be completely honest with you. Sons of Metal, King's X, Dogman. I have that. I had that for years, Dogman, and never got around to it. Although King's X debut album is where it's at for me anyway. I love it. Even Faith, Love, Hope is good. I like a couple songs off there. But they do take a different, it feels like to me a different type of sound and route after that album though. Obviously you're looking into the 90s and mid 90s. So yeah, everyone's obviously making a little bit of a change. Okay. I think we're going to be wrapping it up here. Let's see what we have in our list. What the hell? Oh, Make Love Like a Man. The 1993 single. Okay. That makes sense. Another White Trash. There's some White Trash. That's like the third or fourth copy of White Trash I've seen here since we started this video. I like that album, man. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, these deep cuts are pretty good. And obviously it's funky, too. So, like a funky hard rock, not a funky metal like Bang Tango debut. Like, that's more on the funky metal side, I would say. Sleazier side of things. But White Trash is a little bit more... You can play it around normal people and they won't take offense to it. Their ears will not take offense to it. All right, let's go see what we have here in our watch list. Let's go to CDs. All right, so we came up here with War Babies, pretty good. So if you guys can find that, obviously this one here is going to be over. But if you guys could find it for like less than $10, $15, I would certainly recommend it. We have the Jackal here for less than $8 total. You have Randy Coven with the double bass neck guitar that everyone needs to probably check out. And what do we have here? So some of these were other ones that I already had on my CD list that I've been watching for a while. Like I said, Warlock here, I need that one as well. And then we have here the debut of House of Lords for less than, $10? Here's the Gary Hoey, if anyone's seen any Gary Hoey audio of his debut album. And then we have here for less than 15. Is that a bid? That might be a bid. Oh no, it is. Okay. Well, why does it say or buy it now? And it's not a best offer either. But either way, still a good deal. Less than 15 for Blue Tears, and I think it's a decent album. Yeah, that's pretty much all we found so far. Or no, sorry, we do have a couple more. These damn ads and sponsored bullshit got in the way. All right, we had the Doro, self-titled 1990, for less than $15. Just say. Also, for less than $15, we got Tall Stories. I actually need to check them out. I will probably just go hop over to YouTube right now and check it out. And then we have Tyketto. I think that actually did that go up a little bit? Maybe not. Maybe it didn't. Oh, okay, so it ended. Okay, so by the time we're done here with this episode, it ended here, and let's see. So it did end at $13.50, and what was it, like $5 shipping? Yeah, so roughly you're looking at like $18-$20, give or take, for the second album of Tyketto, which is hard to find, no doubt about that. Ransom. Okay, that does wrap this up. So guys, let me know in the comments which ones you guys are going to be looking after here and probably buying up from many other people. So if this helped you guys, like, not that we really gave away any secrets or anything, but it was just more of like a hangout with you guys and just see what I'm seeing and like how I think about buying stuff on eBay. So we will eventually maybe go to Amazon and Discogs and like jump on other marketplaces, if you will, and see what kind of good deals we can find, what out-of-print albums we see, like, because obviously we just seen Tall Stories. I never even knew who that band was, and now I'm going to go check them out, and I might fucking love them. I don't know. But either way, guys, let me know if you guys like this kind of video, kind of like hanging out with you guys here, and even though we're not live, it still kind of feels like we're hanging out together. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching. Stay out of that collateral damage, and if you guys enjoyed this video, walk into the Hair Metal Casino right here.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.